All right, when the workers during the 30s, when they were coming in here digging away at all the limestone rock to create the paths, so we would be able to walk through here and do the tours, they would look at all the formations that you've been looking at and taking pictures of and think that certain ones of them kind of look like everyday objects, so we'd name some of the rooms after them. This room is called the wedding room because of this formation right over here to the right. When the workers first entered in the complete darkness, thought it kind of resembled a big giant wedding cake. Over there to the left, they thought that kind of looked like pipe organs. Those are some of the biggest formations you're going to see on the tour. Those are called flow stones. If you look up above your head, the little tiny formations hanging down from the ceiling. There's a lot also over here to the left, the little tiny formations. These are called soda straws. Water dripping from the ceiling. It starts off with a mineral called calcite. Deposits a thin ring of rock, and water flows straight through the middle of them. They're hollow, hence the name soda straw. Whenever they get to about 12 inches long, they're going to start to cap off at the end, but continue to grow downward. Then they're going to form the larger formations you see hanging from the ceiling, and these are called stalactites. Now, a stalactite is going to continue to drip mineral water from its tip, deposit the minerals down here on the ground. They're going to start to build up, and these are called stalagmites. An easy way to remember the difference between the two is stalactites hold tight to the ceiling. Stalagmites might grow up to the ceiling. Mind blown? Are you all right? When they form in the middle, they're going to form a column. You can see a couple columns way back there in the back, as well as right here beside me. Here's two columns that have grown together. Back over there on that back wall behind you, you might have noticed these kind of weird, funky formations hanging from the walls. These are all forms of cave draperies, and the one right there in the middle is nicknamed Cave Bacon. Now, this is the wedding room, and we have had people get married in this room before. Not my cup of tea. I'd never do it, but sometimes they stand right up here. We had one on Wednesday, and then about 3 weeks ago, I had a guy propose to his girlfriend in here on one of my tours. She said yes, which is good, because if she would have said no, that would have probably been a pretty awkward tour. She said yes. Any questions in here before we head on to a little bit larger room?
I got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So are all the formations coming from the same thing? They're just forming differently?
Yeah, after it rains, water coming through all the rock from the forest floor eventually comes down here, deposit the minerals over time, and comes down, every single one of them. Now, where you don't see any formations coming down, there's a lot of rock between here to the forest floor. It takes a lot longer for the water to come down. Okay, 1 cubic inch of limestone rock, though, takes 100 years to grow. Okay, 1 cubic inch every 100 years. So even some of the little tiny soda straws hanging down, those can be anywhere from 200 to 1,000 years old.
Wow.
Extremely old formations.
They look really good for that.
Yeah.
Really good.
How does
All right,
it not
any
like
other
cave
questions?
in?
What now?
How does it not cave
Cave in.
in? Like
There's
when-
not any water standing in here anymore. It's not flowing through here. A little bit later on, you're going to see some formations up at the top. They're domes called solution domes, and that would be the start of a sinkhole if there was still that flowing water through here with that carbonic acid eating away. Yeah. You know what holiday most sinkholes occur on? Yeah. Sinkhole to bio? No. Right. We're going to come through here. Let me squeeze through here. Watch your step coming down these steps and watch your head through here.
That's where JT got his head on.
Oh, there's steps. What things? Oh, the sheep bacon thing?
We haven't even, there's a half a down.
I'm getting wet.
Oh, that's probably feeling good then.
Cold. Watch your head.
cool, isn't it?
No.
Alright, this room has two different names to it. We nickname it the duck room because of this formation right there in the middle of my light. You see right there? Yeah. It looks like a mallard duck. You see the head and the body? No? Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. The actual name of this room is the fracture room because of that column right there in the front. Do you see the space in the middle of the column? That's a fracture. A fracture is due to the unsettling of the ground underneath us. We have another cavern about 20 feet below where we're standing that's filled up with water. Whenever there's a severe decrease in amount of water in a cavern underneath another cavern, it's going to cause the ground above to jar loose and create fractures like this. Happened yesterday. Yeah, I'm just playing. I wouldn't have came to work today. So. Over there on the left wall, you can see the three natural colors and minerals that make up limestone rock. The white, that's the mineral calcite. Wherever you see the white mineral, the calcite in the tour, know that there's a lot of water and a lot of moisture in those areas of the room. The kind of reddish orangish color right there in the middle, that's iron oxide. And the blackish brownish color over there to the left, that's manganese, and that's from the soil from up above. We have one unnatural color to our cavern that's going to be seen up in our ceiling around our lights. That's the green, that's algae. That's just due to us putting our own lights in here and the heat and moisture interacting to create that. You see that white thing up there up in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an original dinner plate from the 1930s that the workers cemented up there. What they would do is they would cement their dinner plates up there, hammer a nail close beside it, hang their lanterns from the nail. It was a natural reflector of the light during total darkness, made the rooms a lot more visible while they were crawling through and digging away at all the rock. It's pretty smart, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a number of them through the tour, so you can count them as we go through. Okay, any questions here in this room? Go ahead, buddy.
What are those buttons for?
Yeah, those lower down the TVs we got in here.
It's for the light.
No, those are for the lights, yeah. Any other questions? Alright, we're going to head through this way to the largest open room on the tour. Remember, follow the whole group. It's a little walk to the next room. Follow the group.
Don't want to get lost.